I love you, babe, today and all of my tomorrows, and I always will.
Today, Amy Roloff birthed new beautiful baby. And Amy Roloff tears up over marital dispute with Chris. But why? Amy Roloff treated the grandchildren recklessly, for to which new trouble has been created. It was heartbreaking news for Tori and Zach's children. Amy Roloff is disappointed, feels bummed for herself and Chris Marek. I'll explain everything. Never miss this video. Amy Roloff tears up over marital dispute with Chris, but why? While discussing a tragic event from her early years that has impacted her marriage to Chris Marek, Amy Roloff broke down in tears. Amy Roloff and her 60-year-old husband, Chris, argued about where to put her new garden in the most recent episode of Lpbw, World. I thought it was clear, Chris says to his wife as they go over the plan. However, Amy answers, "No, don't assume that. I didn't get it. We're looking at this differently, and words and comprehension is different," she adds, gesturing to the location of her garden. Amy lashed back at him when he attempted to defuse the situation, saying, "Well, just be patient. What if I didn't receive it? In my mind, I feel like I'm explaining it very well, very logically, and it makes sense," Chris said during the confessional. No need for an argument, albeit Amy's lack of understanding occasionally irritates me. Chris exacerbates the situation by stressing how much he must explain to his wife. At the garden location, Amy says, "See, we can still work together, babe," to which Marek replies, "I just have to hammer it out." "You can't think about it like that," Amy replies. Chris clarifies, saying, "Don't get so offended. That's a business term, it's an expression." Amy then acknowledged, "You're right, I am sensitive to that. I believe it has a lot to do with my lifelong efforts to be extremely mindful of how I come across to others. Because all it takes is one little thing and poof, you're dismissed," she continued. In the course of her own confession, Amy acknowledges that even though Chris may say something innocuous, it sounds like, "What are you doing?" to her. The reality star also disclosed that she has a propensity to be overly sensitive as a result of her attempts to fit in and live up to others' expectations as a child. "I am aware that those factors undoubtedly played a part in my marriage to Matt. I didn't feel as encouraged or supported a lot of the time. And when you have that a little bit over time, you can become deflated." When Chris and Amy talk about their disagreement later, he acknowledges that he had to encourage her to talk about certain things early on in their relationship. "I think part of me struggled internally," Amy adds. Additionally, "I was worried that he might be leaving if I said something incorrectly." Amy is then seen on camera repressing tears as she talks candidly about her early years. "There are times when I'm transported back to my early years. Simply put, I'm happy he believes I'm good enough." "Well," she says, "more than good enough," Chris murmurs as he leans in to speak to his wife. Amy Roloff treated the grandchildren recklessly, for to which new trouble has been created. It was heartbreaking news for Tori and Zach's children. Amy Roloff was the subject of a sequence in Lpbw, World that surprisingly drew few furious comments. Jackson, Lila, Amy Roloff, Tori, Zach, and Chris Marek were all present in the video. Maybe the grandma got a vacation from Team Amy, or maybe the fact that she and Matt aren't at odds so severely that fans allow her to engage in a barrage of trolling. It's likely that entire sarcastic pages would have been devoted to criticizing the young mother if Tori had acted in that manner. What then took place? Many people were wary of Chris Marek when he initially appeared on TLC. Even during the previous season, supporters expressed on social media how he makes them feel strange. But now that they can see that he and Amy make a good married couple, those remarks stop. Fans discovered that he seems considerate, kind, and caring as he and Matt developed a sort of bromance. The fact that he acquired Jackson a bike that was tiny enough for the youngster to ride was actually well received by the public. Fans of Lil People, Big World adored the teaser that showed Jackson getting used to riding his new bike. Fans, of course, enjoy nearly every moment that has Jackson and Lila. The fact that Jackson appears to have trouble with his bowed legs is actually the only issue that most people have with him. Some others worry that Zach and Tori are not giving it enough thought. In fact, others believe that Jackson's bone issues will likely require major surgery in the future. However, he quickly became proficient with the bike. Amy may have acted irresponsibly at that point. Zach made a bit of a fuss about Jackson Roloff wearing his helmet when he got his bike from Marek.
And that's a good thing, according to the majority of supporters. But Amy didn't wear a helmet when she chose to get on the small bike and ride it. Additionally, there was no mention of safety on Instagram. Fans of Little People, Big World had the ideal chance to criticize Amy Roloff, not for her own protection, but to set an example for Jackson. Although most jurisdictions do not require adults to wear helmets when cycling, there may be issues with insurance in the event of an accident. Maybe others believe that pointing out that Amy ought to have worn a helmet is needless nitpicking and snarking. However, the annoyance of trolling on social media may be understood by helicopter keyboard warriors who are often criticizing Tori for poor parenting. How do you feel about Amy, the star of Little People, Big World, riding a bike without a helmet in front of Jackson? Zach was careful to advise his son to wear one after all. Is it irresponsible to teach a child about safety while ignoring it for adults? Regarding Tori, is the fact that fans didn't criticize Amy for it an instance of selective trolling? Please share in the comments. Little People Big World star Amy Roloff has recently turned heads with her expressive online updates following her return from a vacation in Michigan. Since she publicly publicized her exercise regimen, her efforts to lead an active and healthy lifestyle have drawn attention online. Roloff has been noticeably quiet about her husband, Marek, since she moved back to Oregon. She had previously made it clear how much she treasures their reunion, so the stillness is surprising. Roloff specifically took the time to thank her spouse for the fun moments they shared in Michigan. Due to work obligations, Chris had returned home before Amy, but the two had still had time to enjoy the places on their shared bucket list. Roloff recently posted pictures from a morning stroll with her dog in Hillsboro, Oregon, embracing the summer heat. She walked with her pet, Daisy May, wearing a tank top, which was a minor change from her typical outfit. She described it as a sensible way to deal with the intense heat, which she expects to get worse in the days ahead. In spite of the heat, despite the negative effects of the heat, such as her face turning red from prolonged sun exposure, she is steadfast in her commitment to her daily routine. During her stay in Michigan, the tough Roloff recovered quickly from a tragic event. A tumble from a low wall of wooden supports caused swelling lips as a result of escaping bees that were disturbed by gardening. To the relief of her fans, recent excerpts from her daily stroll show no evidence of the event. Positive social media posts from Roloff keep her fans interested, and many are excited to see her and Marek at the upcoming pumpkin season event at the Roloff farm in October. Amy Roloff is disappointed, feels bummed for herself and Marek. Readers of Little People, Big World would be aware of Amy and Matt Roloff's tragic split, but the matriarch eventually found love, and the two went on. Marek and Amy Roloff were married in 2021 after meeting at a blind dating event in 2017. The Lpbw couple and their dog Daisy have been contentedly residing in their Oregon house, and Chris intend to relocate to a larger home with a better, more expansive yard. The two have already begun the process, notwithstanding the former's 2-year prediction of the shift. Their search for a new property, however, was unsatisfactory. Here is everything you need to know about it. Those that watch Little People, Big World are aware of Amy's optimism and excitement for new things. She and her husband, Marek, set out to find a new property with great expectations because they intend to move in a year. She posted an update on her Instagram story, but that did not work out. As the duo looks at real estate and what's new, The Lpbw star expressed sadness in the video. Additionally, a specific house that was near her existing residence and had excellent pricing went up for sale. Unfortunately, they were discouraged when it went pending. Amy went on to remark that occasionally things move quickly, particularly when the location is ideal, the price is reasonable, and so on. The Lpbw star is therefore really disappointed because, at the very least, she wanted to see it. She is optimistic and will continue to seek out more. Since Chris is a realtor, Amy and Chris have an advantage when it comes to growing their real estate business. Amy's life is altering in a number of ways. She seems to be trying new things and upgrading. The main thing she is experimenting with is her career. As a new side endeavor, the reality TV personality launched Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen, a YouTube channel. She even produced a promotional film in which she told the audience about her subscription prices.
The company provides 3 different membership options at different price points. The pancake level of subscription costs $9.99 per month, while the cupcake level costs $4.99. Finally, the monthly fee for the cheesecake membership is $19.99. Chef Amy Roloff, 61, disclosed that the first level will include supplementary content, while the next level would give users the chance to live chat with her. The couple, who married in 2021, recently enjoyed some time exploring Austin, Texas together. Amy Roloff is happy to have Chris Marek by her side. The Little People, Big World star, who is 60 years old, thanked her spouse of nearly 2 years on Saturday through social media. Featuring a collage of photos from their recent trip to Austin, Texas, Roloff praised her husband in an Instagram post for supporting her at 2 significant events. She described the Little People of America and Dwarf Athletic Association of America events as the Austin TX, LPA National Conference, and DAA National Games, adding, "Many things that made it so wonderful, fun, and memorable was being able to share it with Chris." It was a captioned post about the events. "At this moment in time, the people in my world are fairly similar to myself." In addition, she expressed her excitement that he finds enjoyment in going. "It means a lot to me that the LP community has accepted him with open arms, including my friends. When I was by myself, he could have seemed strange and out of place. However, he wasn't." She also said that, "Whatever the case may be, Chris always manages to blend in. I'm glad he appreciates visiting. Chris will definitely join me at the following event, and I look forward to seeing you all there. To Chris Marek, with all my heart." Since their August 2021 wedding, Roloff has been chronicling their married life on social media. During a delightful date night out with Marek in March, the mother of 4 posted a series of photos to her Instagram story. She shared with her followers photographs from a local RV show, a supper at Portland's The Pocket Pub, and a Cirque du Soleil concert that she and Marek attended. "We stopped by this adorable pub downtown PDX," she wrote after the RV show. "Excellent sight. I loved it. A pleasant evening out with my partner," Roloff concluded the piece. In May, she went on another date to see the Oregon Symphony. Along with a selfie with her spouse, her post featured an image of the orchestra performing onstage. Captioned the post with a fun evening at the Oregon Symphony with friends, Roloff wrote, "Chris and I adore going on date nights, having an outdoor ceremony at Hillsboro, Oregon's Roloff Farms." The happy couple married the wedding in August 2021. The reality star informed those in attendance at the couple's wedding, "Our wedding day is a special day, but our marriage is a lifetime together. I'll have the rest of my life with Chris, and that makes me smile." Matthew Roloff was Roloff's spouse in the past. Jeremy and Zach, twins, are 33 years old. Molly, a daughter, is 29 years old. And Jacob, a son, is 26 years old. All 4 of these parents are now adults. Amy Roloff, who stars as Lpbw, has consistently been a fan favorite. It appears that not only her followers, but also her children, adore her. In the present situation, nearly every Roloff child has a strained relationship with their father, Matt. Consequently, their mother has been there for them via thick and thin. However, after making a sad and emotional confession on social media, Amy appears to be now confronting some unpleasant facts. It had been some time since she last saw any of her children, she said. Why isn't Amy making an effort to see her kids? Is there a feud between the kids and their mom on Little People, Big World? The Lpbw star Amy Roloff often has interactive sessions with her fans. Recently, she decided to go on a live session with her friend Lisa and talk about various things. In the midst of their chat, the grandmother pondered how quickly they had reached April. The fact that she never knows how to celebrate Easter with her grandkids was her next point. Grandmas, Amy concedes, are often rather busy. What with bringing their little baskets full of goodies for the grandchildren and all. But she couldn't accomplish anything like that. All of Amy's children had different plans for Easter, she stated. A visit to the church that Zach and Tori frequented when living in Portland was in the cards for them while Jeremy and Audrey were on vacation. According to the matriarch, Zach and Tori were at Battleground. She, too, was compelled to accompany her husband, Chris, to Spokane. Because of this, the grandmother felt terrible and was sad that she was unable to celebrate Easter with her children and grandchildren. Seemingly, everyone's agendas were in conflict. Unfortunately, they were unable to meet in person. Amy has been clean about how much she misses her kids. As everyone knows, the Roloff family broke up throughout the years due to a number of problems. Zach and Jeremy's dispute with their dad over the family farms and the recent divorce of Amy and Matt were both covered by the Lpbw show. As a result, the members' friendship deteriorated. Amy has recently come clean about how much she misses her children. It had been some time since she hadn't been able to see Mateo or meet Jacob and Isabel, so she even called them up for supper. Amy, meantime, has spoken clean about how much she misses her daughter Molly. At first, she was going to go see her last weekend, but she nearly forgot about her arrangements with Chris. Therefore, the matriarch is likely to meet her daughter at this very moment. According to the TLC personality, she last saw Molly in January. She would now be continuing her annual Easter ritual of seeing her. No more today. What are you thinking about this gossip today? Let us know in the comments and stay tuned by subscribing to our channel to get more updates like this. Thank you.